Benny Hinn is a world-famous televangelist and faith healer.
Visit them! Visit them, Lord! Visit them, Lord! Lord! Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you still hear me? I give you praise. I give you.
Welcome to the moment of truth. That's Benny Hinn. Many years back, and that's his YouTube channel. I think it's 700 and something followers on YouTube, and that's the lie the Nigerians saw and they fell for it. Africans saw it, they fell for it. Now we are trying to open their eyes to tell them that all this thing is gimmickry, and he's telling them now that it is gimmickry. Is it too late for them to stay away from all this nonsense? That's the president of Kenya, Sinach also. They all know the truth. That's the first lady of Kenya. He also went to TD Jakes. I've done a video. You see him. You see her when they welcome her in Potter House and all that. Africans like consultation. They like to look for power. They don't know how to know God by themselves. Stay tuned and see how Idahosa and Benny Hinn started. They started with lies. So all of you now that say, maybe the one that is lying now, the small one now, that is saying, what's it called? Is a man of God. Benny Hinn is a man of God. Please, my people, just put him in the bin. Oh. Just know pé orí ẹ̀ ti gbálẹ̀. He's respecting his age. What age? A destroyer has no reputation. A destroyer has no age. A destroyer has no respect from anybody. Put Benny Hinn in the bin. Let's see how it started with Idahosa. How he brought them to Nigeria. And when Nigeria sneezed, all Africa will catch it. And that's what we are seeing now. AO left a message. He said, how did we get here? Stay tuned till the end.
I've seen deaf ears unstopped. I've seen lame walk. I've seen a child in our crusade in Kenya, Kamukunji field. 1973, you were there. A child was brought to one of our crusades, born with no eye bulbs, flat face. 5 days she came to this woman brought the son to the crusade. Had what? This one, but no eyeball. Had face, but no eyeball. I asked the woman, what happened? He said, when she was pregnant, they bewitched her. So that child was born with no eyeballs. First night, nothing happened. Blind saw. One night, 11 people got out of wheelchair. The third night, 17 blind people, totally blind, saw. But this woman, nothing happened. So she called my wife every evening. Tell your husband to give my child eyes. I have prayed for blind eye to open, but I've never seen someone with no eye in my life. So my wife said, he can pray for if the child was blind. So she said, the power that opened blind eye, can he not give new eyes? Everybody say power. Say power. The last night, she came to the meeting in Kenya. Crusade start in the afternoon. 9 a.m. she was on the field. She came very close to the platform. There are about 200 ministers in my platform. When I came, he said, So I said, fine. I looked.
You just saw that Benny Hinn was in that room. See the way he was staring at Idahosa. He was learning as well. So let's move back to Benny Hinn. You see the pattern.
I was in Ghana just recently. We had 500,000 people show up, and a man was raised from the dead on the platform. That's a fact, people. That's a fact. A man was raised from the dead on the platform. We have it on video.
So this is actually documentary footage. So the clip is from 1996. And then this is Fox 4 investigating in 1999, asking Benny about this clip.
For 3 months, we persistently requested an interview with Pastor Hinn about that claim and others. But the only interview we were granted was with the executive producer of his TV show, who admits there is no videotape of a man being raised from the dead.
We were repeating a story that we had heard that we did not actually have proof of.
That was a mistake in retrospect?
I would say that was a mistake.
So in 1999, the producer says they were just repeating a story. It sounds like they weren't eyewitnesses. They don't have the tapes, and the story was a mistake. So you would think at this point Benny would stop repeating the story. But the plot thickens because, no, he continues to repeat the story. Here's a clip from Baltimore in 2009.
The dead man began to move. When suddenly, while I am ministering to the lady with arthritis, he just gets up and shakes himself.
So it's clear that this is not just a repeated story. Benny seems to be an eyewitness. And following this, again, another news documentary, ABC, questioned him about this claim.
I saw a clip of you saying the other day that you had seen a dead man resurrected.
Well, Ghana. It was in Accra, Ghana. I had no proof he was dead.
So listen, I had no proof he was dead.
That's what they told me.
That's what they told me. So Benny's take, he was kind of given false information. The man just fainted and then people told him he was dead, but it's kind of not Benny's fault for the mistake. But listen to his full account of this that he's told just a couple of months before in 2009.
How can I forget the man in Ghana? They brought this man and laid him on the platform in front of me. Saints, he was dead. Dead. People were just wailing and crying. Because you see, the dead people in Ghana, he was clothed with the garment for the dead. He was dead. When suddenly the crowds began to cheer loud. The dead man began to move.
So it's pretty clear here. He is adamant that the man was dead. He was in funeral clothes, etc., etc. The repetition, the man was dead. And yet in 2009, he's also admitted that he knew, but at this stage, by 2009, that the man wasn't dead, that he'd been given misinformation. So why on earth is Benny repeating the story as though the man was raised from the dead on his platform?
He just gets up and shakes himself, and he wonders, what is he doing there? God raised him from the dead while on the platform.
I hope Nigerians will learn from this. What Americans are doing now to Benny Hinn to get him out of the way. This is what all these men need now. We have to do this to them in Africa. Don't come here and say someone is trying his best to be better. And anybody that try to protect Benny Hinn and say he's an old man, he committed all these offenses when he was younger. There's no excuse. Let's see how our Nigerian men will handle this. If we were to challenge them like this, they will respond with death, with thunder, with all kind of vonado, avocado, whatever. Now, let's move to Adeboye.
First of all, let me hear somebody shout hallelujah. Several years ago,
ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọdún sẹ́yìn,
almost at least over 30 years ago, there was a wedding
a lọ sí ìgbéyàwó kan
in one of our churches in Lagos.
ní ìkan nínú àwọn ìjọ wa ní ìlú Èkó.
They were in the vestry signing the register.
Nígbà tí wọ́n wà ní yàrá láti lọ máa fọwọ́ sí ìwé ìgbéyàwó.
The husband has signed.
Ọkọ ti fọwọ́ sí ìwé tiẹ̀.
And the wife was about to sign.
Ó yẹ kí ó kan ìyàwó kó fọwọ́ sí ìwé.
And then somebody called the husband.
Èèyàn kan wá pe ọkọ.
Only himself heard his name called.
Òun nìkan ló gbọ́ pé wọ́n pè é.
And he answered.
Ó sì dáhùn.
And dropped down and died.
Ó sì ṣubú lulẹ̀, ó gbabẹ̀ kú.
So there was confusion.
Rògbòdìyàn wá ṣẹlẹ̀.
There was fear.
Ẹ̀rù bá gbogbo ènìyàn.
There was embarrassment.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni ìdójútì ní bẹ́ẹ̀nbẹ́ẹ̀.
Just like the testimony you heard yesterday.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀rí tẹ́ gbọ́ lánàá.
When they were christening a child.
Níbi tí wọ́n ti ń sọ ọmọ lórúkọ.
And the mother suddenly died.
Lójijì ìyá ṣubú lulẹ̀, ó kú.
And so in the vestry, everybody was praying.
Nínú yàrá tí wọ́n ti ń fọwọ́ sí ìwé, gbogbo wọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbàdúrà.
5 minutes.
Ìṣẹ́jú 5.
10.
10.
20.
20.
30.
30.
And the lead pastor remembered that I taught them something long ago.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni olùdarí àwọn àlùfáà yẹn wá rántí pé mo kọ́ wọn ní nǹkan kan sẹ́yìn.
That when prayers don't work,
pé nígbà tí àdúrà ò bá ṣiṣẹ́.
Try praise.
You see how he puts himself in the situation and he takes the glory. That he was the one that taught them that when prayer is not working, they should try praise. He must take the glory, Shani. This Baba. Nothing goes. That's why you know that it's not true. It's a lie. It's a lie.
Worship God.
Gbogbo àwọn ènìyàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní yin Ọlọ́run lógo.
You are the King of Kings, you are the Lord of Lords.
Ìwọ ni Olúwa àwọn olúwa, ìwọ ni ọba àwọn ọba.
You are the unchangeable changer.
Ìwọ ni Ọlọ́run tí ò yí padà, tó yí ohun gbogbo padà.
There's nothing you cannot do.
Kò sóhun tó lè ṣe.
And suddenly,
lójijì,
the groom sneezed.
Ọkọ ìyàwó sín.
I said, what am I doing on the floor?
Ó ní kí mò ń ṣe lẹ́lẹ̀.
I said, when you get up, we shall tell you.
Pé ńgbà tó bá dìde, a máa sọ fún ọ.
Tonight.
You see what I mean, my people? Until we start to challenge them, put them on the spot. There is no gospel, oh. What they've been preaching for donkey years is their own gospel, oh. Gospel of lie, deception, manipulation, prosperity, miracles, gimmickry, all kind of things. There's no Christ in what they are doing, no. You now have to know God for yourself. Be honest with yourself. Don't reference any of them. There's no Christ in them. They don't know Christ. And they know it. They are just pretending. They are just lying to you. They are just lying to you. America had enough. And they will end Benny Hinn. They've started. They will not back down until they get rid of Benny Hinn. So will Africans join them to do the same? Will Nigeria join them to do the same? They start to use their platform now to say Benny Hinn is an elderly man. Elderly what? Elderly destroyer. Thank you, my people. And I will see you on my next video. Bye for now.